Is this frequency clear? Here is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0JTA, over. CQ, this is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0JTA in southeastern Minnesota, calling CQ. CQ, K0JTA, calling CQ on 20 meters. CQ, K0JTA, calling CQ. CQ, this is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0JTA, calling CQ on 20 meters and standing by.
K0JTA, WB6JFA. Go ahead, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, WB6JFH. Hello, David. And there was somebody else in there. David, please stand by. Who else is in there? Here is K0JTA standing by for you. Over. Let's see. This is K0JTA. I have WB6JFH. I missed somebody else. There was somebody else that was trying to check in. Please come ahead now. Over. Well, it was a good signal, and I see a signal there. Somebody tuning up, so maybe there's some something else going on there. Well, I tell you what, fighting this darn Windows stuff. I hate to use profanity on a Sunday, but I'm dealing with Windows here, David. Over.
K0JTA, WB6JFA. Very good, yeah. I've heard a lot of stories about it and all the troubles they cause, especially for digital mode, you know, using sound card and all that. Yeah, anyway, it just does a roll. So, anyway, did you get the set up so your signal works and it's down to 35 watts?
Pure signal works down to 35 watts. No, I'm running 60% right now, and it is still showing me the feedback. It's looking like it's, well, the correcting is flashing green, just blink, 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 and the feedback is lit up in blue and yellow. I never see it in green. So, no, I've been fighting this several other things, but, well, one year, for example, I'm trying to get a program called RC Forbes Remote Hams operating, and was doing that with a computer downstairs in the shop, and having actually some degree of success, but there was some reason that I had to stop down there and move up here because I was mainly, I guess the reason was I wanted to have the program available and talking to the IC7300 up here in the family room on the main deck of the house. So I came up here and goofing with that and just really having very poor luck. Doesn't make sense. Tried uninstalling the driver from ICOM, which is what you're supposed to do, by the way, is you would install the driver with the radio unplugged and turned off. And then after the driver is installed, then you go ahead and plug the radio in. It then, if the radio's got power, that is, but yet just turned off, the USB port is available. It becomes populated, gives you an ID number as far as the port, things like that. Well, beyond that, I'm having really poor luck and things like that. And I tried this other program here, the Win for ICOM, and it's falling on its face too. So the latest thing I had done was install this RC Forbes Remote Hams application. And before this, the Win for ICOM was just a flat-out winner. So I don't know if I'm going to have to completely just, uninstall everything, or if I can, I don't know, I hate to reinstall, reformat the hard drive and this kind of stuff, but I mean, it's just really a difficult one to get my hands on. I don't know, just me and Windows just really have a lot of trouble. I guess I'm not alone, but I mean, if I knew more about it, I guess it wouldn't be quite so troublesome, but then again, I'm not a total novice on this stuff, and of course I'm following instructions that are, step 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's quite easy to follow those, and I understand, and the results are relatively predictable within reason. But now all of a sudden my feedback has gone to, the correcting is lit up solid, the feedback is is flashing green as I'm speaking, so just happen to observe that. So it is self-resolved for some reason. At any rate, to make a long story pardon me, long story short, on the 30 watt setting, well, no, I had not set up anything there, I hadn't pursued it, but it turns out that yes, it now is self-resolved. So to answer your question, yes, it's working perfectly, but I don't know why. WB6JFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Well, sorry you're having all those computer problems, but I've been through that too with, all kinds of things that seem to break when you do upgrades, all this kind of stuff. I can really see why people want to go to Linux, like the stuff George is working on. Not George, John is working on. Things like that. Anyway, so here's kind of how you can set this up. Go to Setup, General, Antenna Filter. And that'll bring up the screen that guys will select which antenna you want to use, or select between, which antenna you want to use, and do you want to go to bypass or terminal or transverter or something like that. Anyway, over on the right, on the top, you'll see antenna control in blue. Then you'll see SQR protection, and you get down to the next box and you see antenna on transmit. Then below there's this ATP in the setting. If you change that from 16, which is, I believe, the 12 value, down to 8, you'll get the pure signal to work down to about 25 watts. We experimented with that last week, and I got the same thing you were getting, where the colors would be green and blue and sometimes yellow and stuff like that, which means that pure signal's having a hard time. It's trying to do its best, but having a hard time. So I found if we go to 8, then I can run down to about 20 watts before it starts having a problem. I didn't go down any further, so 8 seemed to be a good round number that makes this all work, lower power levels. So you can set that up and see what happens. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, yeah, I think I have that. And at first I was diverted with another activity here, picking up things I just dropped and things like that. And when you went to start, I thought you meant the start window, start icon in the lower left. And of course that was incorrect. So then I quickly figured that out. Okay, go to General and startup. Yeah, setup rather, not startup. I misread or misheard you. You said setup. At any rate, I got there and this kind of stuff. The antenna/filters is now set up, and the attenuator on transmit is checked. And I did preset it here for 8 as my value. It seems like in the past, though, this kind of like changes, but maybe it was, oh yeah, there it just did. It's going now from 6 to 10, 6 to 10. And all I did was move my cursor over the thing. So I'm going to see if I can just, I'm trying to move it here, and if I would try to manually adjust it and this kind of stuff, it still is going from 6 to 10, 6 to 10. And once again, the attenuator and transmit is selected. WB6JFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Well, I've got it up right now, and the antenna or attenuator setting stays at 16. Do you have the attenuator set? Next box or the next signal up? It says attenuator on transmit. Line is checked. Let me go and uncheck it. See what happens. Okay, now it's unchecked. And no difference, It still stays at 16. So, whether checked or not, my attenuator on the main screen is also still at 16. And so, my system is happy with these numbers. But I've got to drive it 100%, so I'm pushing out about 100 feet. I believe that's what it is. I can go and look. But anyway, so everything is stable. So now I will uncheck the attenuator, and everything is staying the same. Maybe I have to stop transmitting and transmit to see the changes. So, I don't have, well, I have SDR Protect and enabled off at the moment, because I'm using a manual tuner to tune into my wiring somewhere, but it seems to be working for me. K0JTA, WB6JFH, bet.
Okay, WB6JFH, K0JTA. Yeah, okay. I'm going to try that too. I'm just going to try. Well, okay, right now the attenuator is set at 10, and now my feedback stuff is happy. It was not, and as I was beginning to speak. Right now the weight is happy. So the connecting light, or the connecting is steady green. The feedback is flashing green, which looks just honky-dory perfect. I'm just going to turn off the attenuator on transmit, hoping it won't anything up. Okay, that's off, no changes, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm watching my signal, this kind of stuff, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll go ahead and click it again. Okay, now it's clicked, and I'm seeing no difference there again. So, yeah, I don't know, it's a puzzle, it really is. And also is working with my OBS program here. Boy, I'm looking at my signal here on YouTube, boy, it's just really crappy. And I zoomed in here to capture only the screen that would represent the power SDR window, and even at that I can just about read the text on that general slash antenna slash filters, so it's really bad. So I don't know what the heck's the deal there. I did turn it off there and turn it back on just to check to make sure there was another setting that I had chosen here some time back, but yeah, it's another thing. It seems like it's I don't know if I can call it gone west or what, but I know before in the settings I had changed the bit rate from the default, or what my original default was, of 500 to 1500, because that 500 was looking so nice. I figured, well, this is great, maybe we can make it a little better. So I went up to 1500, went west. All right, go back to 1000, still looked bad. Went back to 500, still looks bad. So I don't know. And this is after, of course, a complete shutdown, restart, and this kind of stuff, because I had done this last week. So I don't know, getting close to net time here too. WB6JFH, this is K0JTA in southeastern Minnesota. Go ahead there, David, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Well, your signal looks pretty clean on my band adapter. So, whatever you're getting there, there must be something going on there, because, like I said, you look really clean. You're pretty flat as far as the top of the band adapter or the signal. So it looks great to me. Go ahead.
Okay. So a little 2-meter repeater too, which is looking for a contact, yes, but I'm kind of busy right now, so yeah, I don't know, it's just really strange. Well, anyway, I guess I'll get things going here then and see what happens if anybody's going to be here today. It's overcast here today. Anyway, I'll say CQ, this is the software defined radio net, SDR net. The net is just kind of informal gathering, no real net functions, you might say, except for the fact that it's a net to allow us to have a meeting time and place. So this net would meet at 1830 Zulu at this particular point on Sundays on this frequency. When daylight savings time is on, it would be 1730 Zulu. The bottom line is always at 12:30 local time here in Minnesota. My name is Mike. I'm located near Hampton, Minnesota, which is in the southeastern portion of the state of Minnesota. If you'd like to be able to see what I see and hopefully hear what I hear, actually you got a really crappy picture to look at here. I'm sorry about that. But at any rate, look me up in KRZ.com. Call once again is K0JTA, Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. At any rate, look me up in KRZ.com. You'll see a link at the very top of that page. Click on that. That'll take you to YouTube, and once you get there, there's going to be one of the items that'll say something like live now, and it'll be on this, you'll have a few icons there, but the live now will appear under one of the small icons that'll be on your screen. Go there, and after your delay, you'll be able to get in. There's a delay that's built into the system too, so you just have to kind of live with that. At any rate, I do have WB6JFH on frequency at this particular point. Once again, this is the SDR net, looking for any possible participants, curious people, check-ins, things like that. Come ahead, over.
Whiskey 2,
Charlie.
I have W2GS, hi George, and there was at least one other coming in now, over.
Whiskey 5, Lima, Alpha, Charlie, over.
Okay, W5LAC, please stand by. Who else, over?
November 7, Charlie, Victor
N7CVZ. I could hear you guys in there, but it was just too much for me to try to figure it out. Okay, real good. Once again, I have JFH, GS, LAC, and CVZ. Let's see, WB6JFH. I'll just let you say hi to the group, and then I'll move on, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. I'm hearing everybody except the 7 call, and all looks good. I expanded my fan adapter, so you're the only thing on the screen, and it still looks good to me. So I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe George can add some insight into this. So back to you, WB6JFH. Back to the group. Go ahead.
Okay, real good. I just happened to notice it was sitting here at 6 when I last looked at it. Now it's bouncing between 6 and 9, and the correcting light is flashing in the low right portion. The feedback is flashing between blue and yellow, and of course that would be in concert with the attenuator self-adjusting to 649. So anyway, that's the way that goes. Man, just fighting other stuff here, George, with this window stuff, and like I said, I had to use a bad word, and that being window. I don't know how else to look at it with perhaps a little bit of disgust, but mostly you have to look at it with a little bit of humor, otherwise I'd go completely nuts, I think. I don't know. At any rate, and as I recall, I'm recalling again, this is probably one of the main reasons why I had sold out my Anon radios and just gone to the ICOM, because the stuff just works, and but I was missing too many features and functions that the Anon was going to give me. So I rejoined, but doggone it, I still got that uphill battle. Anyway, so that's the way it goes. W2GS and the rest of the group, this is K0JTA. Good afternoon, George. Got overcast here. How's your weather down there? Over.
Okay, Mike, Whiskey 2, Golf Sugar, fine business. Weather down here is excellent. It's 63 right now. It's bright and sunny. You can't walk on the ground because it's saturated from about 5 days of rain. And but outside of that, it's pretty good. And I'm having kind of the same issues you are with Pure Signal, because I was eavesdropping on you while I was playing around trying to get mine to react properly. And I'm using external RF sampler, and I can't get settled on what type of attenuation to use to add to the minus 43 that I get out of the sampler I have. I mean, I can calculate it. I've calculated it before, and it's kind of weird. Like I said, I can't quite get it where I want it, so I'll just have to play with it some more. I haven't had time to do it. It was a terrible week here for radio. We had thunderstorms and a bunch of other nonsense going through. And yesterday and this morning I was playing in that Riddy contest, so that chewed up a bunch of time. And now I get here on the air and try to fix a problem that I should have played around with some more. But anyway, I agree with Dave. Your pan adapter, your single and my pan adapter looks fantastic. It's brick walls. It seems to be working and doing whatever it's supposed to be doing, Mike. Whiskey 2, Golf Sugar, back to you.
Okay, real good. Well, thanks for that confirmation. Yeah, it looks pretty good on my end here, too. Of course, I have to, consider the number of dB down from the peak and this kind of stuff. But, I mean, if I look down far enough, yeah, I'll see some dirt. But, I mean, good grief, that's a long ways down. Question on your issue with your pure signal. In my case, if you go to setup, general, and then antenna/filters, the portion under antenna control on the right side, I have the attenuator on TX checked, and my attenuator figure would change by about 3 dB. Goes from 6 to 9 or things like that. And now it's steady, by the way. But is your attenuation automatically shifting by itself? Or I guess this is a feature, because I think that's one of the things about Pure Signal 2 is that it would automatically set the desired or needed value. Over.
Mike, well, the crazy problem I'm having is if I put a 10 dB attenuator onto my RF sampler, I get 0, and if I put a 20 dB onto the RF sampler, I get 31. And I think somewhere in between there should work from when I calculated it. And I got some 3 dB and 6 dB attenuators that I can put in line with the 10, but I haven't had time to do that yet. So I'm seeing a shift, but I'm seeing massive shifts for some strange reason.
Okay, but I mean that's because of your I can see why it would be shifting, but here, just as I'm speaking now, it's shifting automatically from 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 6 to 9, 6 to 9, 6 to 9. Are you seeing any kind of indication like that? Just automatic. It's just I'm watching it at the rate that I was telling you. 6 to 9, 6 to 9. So about every 2 seconds or something like that, it just automatically would pick up a new figure. Over.
Well, I've never really watched it before, but unfortunately, I'm at the wall with either one, and so mine's not shifting at all. So I just have to play with it some more, Mike, and figure out, what's going on with it. But it's supposed to adjust, so I don't see why you would be upset by that. Over.
Yeah, but when it's adjusting, then the correcting indication might see in the lower right below the panoramic display is flashing, correcting. Just to the left you have the feedback, and that's never showing. I shouldn't say never. It's right now flashing and showing at that same changing rate between yellow and blue. And once it does catch up, then everything goes green. The correcting is steady green as opposed to flashing. The feedback then would be flashing green because it's satisfied, but of course it would be flashing kind of at the rate that's of my voice and this kind of stuff. So anyway, we have a little bit different indications, but it's just curious. When, like say, after a while here, it does seem like it catches up to itself or whatever. I'm not sure what, but it's made itself happy, and then everything is cool until I go back to receive and begin transmitting again. Then it's got the same arbitrary self-questioning or whatever's going on there. I don't know. Well, at any rate, okay, my goodness, 6 inches of rain. My goodness, or 5 days rather of rain. My goodness, yeah, you got to stay off the grace and this kind of stuff. Yeah, I can see the point. But okay, you're 63 degrees. Well, right now I'm looking at 34 degrees here, George. Okay, real good. I'll just let you get another short comment, and then I'll move on then. I'll shed something further than George. W2GS and the SDR net. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, George. Over.
Okay, Mike, one thing. Open up the familiarity page and once it's working right, or click on single cal. It's the second one over along the top. That might keep it from changing. I think that's what that's calibration that doesn't change. So try that a couple times and see what happens to that. Over.
Okay, I have it turned on and I clicked it, but nothing is changing. I would expect to see something change. For example, if I go to, okay, now it's showing correcting. It's steady, but just to the left of the correcting indicator, there is nothing. It's just, looking at it. I have Pure Signal 2 in blue. I have a blank where the correcting indication would be. I don't see that no longer, but I do see that correcting is solidly lit. I'll go back to the window here now. Okay, attenuation of transmitter is fixed at 9. It's not shifting. That's the figure I think that David had mentioned was a sweet one for him also. So, go ahead.
Okay, well, that seems to be okay. I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen correcting in green. Those two things on the bottom of that pure signal are either, blue, red, yellow, or yellow. I've never seen green down there if I recall. I can't remember that. But mine's yellow right now, but like I said, mine's also, I think, out of range. But if I looked at it two-tone. I think it's down to 40 dB, which isn't as good as it could be, so that's why I'm playing around with it.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I normally would be seeing that that one flashing as I would speak. So I don't know, something is changing as I'm actually just using the radio, and I'm really not. Well, okay, one thing I did here now this last time, did click the single cal button as you had suggested, but that shouldn't have really made any difference. Well, I don't know what it does, of course, so maybe it's doing what it should do. At any rate, well, I'll just leave that. And is this, if I've clicked on the single cal, is this something that I have to do every time, or will this setting or selection, if it's a good one, will it stick over?
Mike, that's a question for the developers. I can't tell you that because, normally when you start up two-tone, at least the way mine was set up, I didn't really ever change it once it started working. But single cal, I think it's supposed to stick from what I've seen on the reflector. But you can see what happens, and if you have to, just open it up and hit single cal when you get started, and you should be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's a great discovery. Like I said, I've looked at these things as far as that control panel and things like that, and I guess I never really, well, for example, we've gone to two-tone and this kind of stuff. I've used the amp view in the advanced and things like that. Really cool to look at that stuff. Of course, I don't know much about what I'm looking at. All I can do is simply and absolutely appreciate what Dr. Warren Bratt has done to give us this pure signal, and of course advancing beyond that, now pure signal 2.0. My goodness, what a wonderful, wonderful thing it is. Well, at any rate, all I can do is appreciate it, and I guess I'll just, like I said, I've told people before, with this stuff, I've had a lot of exposure to software-defined radios of all kinds. Some soft rocks to flex to the one here, of course now the ICOM, but I'm like a monkey pulling a lever. So okay, I'll pull that lever, single cal. Seemed like it didn't do any harm. Seemed like it's doing good. So yeah, I'm home free then, George. Over.
Okay, Mike, well, I'm glad to see you got something going there. I got to get out of here, but I just want to say hi to everybody, David and Lou, if he's listening out there, and everybody else. And I'll let you take it away, Mike. Wish you two golf too.
Real good. Thanks for coming aboard, and I'll see you later on then. Okay, next on this is W5 Lima Alpha Charlie is what I have here. This is K0JTA, Mike in southeastern Minnesota, and this is the SDR net. Over.
Hello, Mike. Whiskey 5.
Dave 73, is that what you call it in there?
The name is Mark. Mike Alpha Roger Kilo. QTH is Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And I'm running a Flex 3000 barefoot. Probably about 85 watts into a dipole fed with ladder line. Back to you, Mike. K0JTA from W5LAC.
Real good. Yeah, I've had one of those Flex 3000s. I guess that was the, I guess about the fourth one that I had, fourth SDR, because I started out with the, what was it, the SDR 1000? Yeah, by Flex. And shortly after I got that, then the Flex 3000 was made its appearance or whatever like that, and said it was going to be, out by, I think it was October of that particular year. So I pre-ordered, and in the meantime then of course I sold my SDR 1000. Turns out that the 3000 took, I think it was 14 months to get to my doorstep as opposed to the expected 2, but that's okay. In the meantime I had gone through a couple of these Soft Rock 40 radios, but yeah, it was a very nice radio because it's got a built-in tuner and all this kind of stuff, and all things considered it was a great little radio. Well, it still is, of course, so real good. You're running 85 watts of the dipole. My goodness, your signal's really quite good. Mark, W5LAC and the SDR net. This is K0JTA. By the way, welcome to the group. Over.
K0JTA from W5LAC. Well, thank you, Mike. You're about a 5x5 with a little bit QSB, but perfect copy. Fairly quiet band today. Can't spend a lot of time here, but I'm glad I ran into you guys. I am interested in SDR. If I ever find the time to devote more time to amateur radio. Anyway, weather over here is about 65 degrees, fairly sunny, about 44% humidity. But anyway, glad I happened on to you folks. Don't have a lot of time to spend today, so I will probably say 73. but I'll be looking forward to you guys in the future. K0JTA from W5LAC.
Okay, real good, Mark. Well, that's kind of interesting. It just happened onto the frequency. So that's really great. Yeah, this net meets every Sunday at 12:30 local time in Minnesota. So fortunately for you there in Minnesota, just 12:30. That's going to be the time. And if you look me up in K0JTA.com, you'll see more information about how you can watch your signal and things like that. But I'm just going to play back a short recording because you're coming in very nicely, considering you're 3,000 running at only 85 watts with your dipole. But here it comes. Yeah, you get the picture there. So, well, if you got a run, that's good. But okay, at 65 degrees also. I'm looking at 34.3 degrees at this particular moment up here in the tundra of Minnesota. I'm in southeastern Minnesota. I'm out in the sticks here. So I'm in the, farming land, you might say. You might say, you would have to say, because ain't no big buildings out here, things like that. So that's the way it goes. W5LAC, good afternoon and good day. Thanks for coming aboard, and we'll see you next week then maybe. K0JTA, over.
Thank you, Mike. Looking forward to it. W5LAC, clear.
Real good. All right. And next on this is November 7, Charlie Victor Zula. Mr. Mike, go ahead, over.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mike. Morning here, of course, in Corbett. But we are quite a ways from this morning. This will be my last day on the net for a few weeks, because the next 2 Sundays I'll be in Puerto Vallarta there, over.
My goodness, yeah. I think if somebody's got to do it, and I guess you got to tough it out then. My goodness. When you're down there then, do you just completely ignore this amateur radio stuff then, or do you ever consider remote operations, over?
Yeah, I have considered remote operations. Of course, I can't take my KX3 down with me because they don't allow any transmitting at this point in time in Mexico. Thought about remote, but I haven't really set it up in several years. I used to do remote on my old Pro 3 and did really great. But I haven't got it really set up, but I leave tomorrow morning at 6, so I'm not going to be playing around with that. I have a lot of other things planned, and the wife has things planned, so the amateur radio's going to have to show me.
Yep, he kind of faded down there, but I do believe he did switch it back. I'm just going to check just to make sure I'm not doubling with you. This is K0JTA. Yep, I guess you did. Okay, well, yeah, you got a lot of stuff to do if you have to be up and bushy tail by 6 o'clock in the morning, or did you say you're leaving at 6? At any rate, whatever, it's going to be, a very deliberate thing. You have to get up early enough and get yourself shaped up and things like that. Let's see, Les has got a question mark here. He's got, what firmware am I using my 7000? Well, I don't know, but I shall check. Let's see, hardware configuration. It is version 2.4. It's the Orion Mark II board that I'm running, and this is at an IC, not an IC. This is a Apache Labs and 7000 that I'm running here. So yeah, you did mention that K7000. Yep, so I guess you're up to speed there, LS. Well, yeah, okay, real good. 7-3 then, Mike. Have a good trip. We'll see you in a couple weeks or so then. Good afternoon, Mike. Over.
Roger there. You were as 5'9" for a long time, then you drifted down, now you're coming back up a little bit. That's just the band conditions. Pretty hard. Yeah, guys, 70,000. Congratulations on that. I'm glad you're in the business there a little bit. And the other radios are fine too. There's just so many different choices. None of them are bad. None of them are the best. It just kind of depends on the operator and what their preferences are there, Mike. And I'll pass it back to Ned. You guys have a good afternoon. N7CVZ.
Yep. And as far as radios and this kind of stuff, yeah, in my case, the radios are wonderful, and I really do appreciate the Apache Labs products, no matter which it is. I think it's just flat out unbeatable. The issues stem from Microsoft. My issues and my problems, I think I can pretty well assign them to them. I was dealing with two other programs here, for example. One is Win4ICOM, which has to do, of course, with ICOM radio. The other one is RC Forbes Remote Hams, which would deal with the Anon 7000 here, for example. And just strange, snaky, unhappy type responses and things like that. So it's kind of a problem. So, oh well, what are you going to do? All right, 7-3, then have a good trip down there, by the way. 2 weeks, my goodness, that sounds great. All right, this is K0JTA. This is the software-defined radio net. Looking for any further possible comments or check-ins to the net. Over.
Whiskey Bravo 6 Juliet, Foxtrot Hotel.
WB6JFH, go ahead there, David. Over.
This is WB6JFH. On Mike, when you select single cow, if you go across the screen, you see where it saves. Hit that, and that will save the set. And then when you get ready to, to shut down or change something, you can bring that up and hit the restore button, and it'll take you back to that save point. So you have to save it. It's not selecting it. You have to hit the save button to save it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just saving that now. So I have done the save, and okay, so it's something that will be, I see what you mean, I can restore it. It would be nice if it would be saved and then just simply would come back automatically, but I guess that's the case. But I did go ahead and I did hit the save button, and I saved it as, I think it was something to do with OK Cal or OK Single Cal or something like that. But at any rate, good. All right, I have done that, David. Over.
Okay, Mike. Now remember, this is a single save. As the finals warm up, your signal keeps adjusting it. That's why the feedback flashes. It's not always, for me, it's not always flashing, but as the finals warm up, the transistor, or in our case, the FETs that we have in the 7000 will warm up, and then the parameters will change. So your signal needs to be dynamic, and when you restore it, it'll be static. So it may not correct as well as it did with with it running in its normal mode. That's for George. He said he's only seen about a little bit less than 10 dB improvement with it on, and I get 17, and Warren said when he introduced it in 2015 is that you should get at least 15 better improvement, 15 D better than what it is with it turned off. So I'm not sure. One of the things that I'm thinking of is that the pure signal requires feedback. In the 7000, there's actually a feedback coupler in it. The earlier boards, there was enough leakage to get it to work, but the 7000 has a real coupler in it. And I go back to the 8000 that was reviewed in QST back in April, and they did the test. It's a two-tone intermodulation distortion test. And when they turned it on, and it didn't seem to be improve a whole lot. So they sent the radio to Doug, the repair guy, and he found that the couplers that were in there were the wrong ones. So the coupled energy was not what the radio was expecting. So what he had to do was go and change some resistors in that attenuator part where the coupler connects to the radio, and that made it work just fine. So the 7000s also have a coupler in it. So I'm wondering if you guys have got the coupler that's the wrong coupler. Because you guys have later models. Mine is one of the first batch. I got serial number 25. So I assume that's in the first batch of 7000 in the batch you made. And you... You got a later batches. We saw this with the 8000, and so I was just questioning that. So anyway, so if you save it, restore it, it's not going to be dynamic. And as our finals warm up, it's going to change. And you really need to keep letting it be dynamic so this will continue to do the adjustment or the correction, if you like. So anyway, and I've got the amp view up, and I'm seeing it change. It'll change every time the feedback light comes on. But it does converting at the top left or the top right. So it says it's a happy camper. Anyway, probably the best thing to do is post a question on, and maybe somebody like Scott or maybe Warren will respond and tell you, having the different colors, what that actually means. K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH.
Okay, WB6JFH, K0JTA. Yeah, let's see, I'm going to get this other thing up here, and let's see, amp view. That's a kid in there, doggone it. That's what I was trying to do, get rid of the darn thing. I move over here, get rid of that. Move this back, whoops, try to move this back up. I screwed that up. Yeah, okay, let's see. And move that down to something a little bit better. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's interesting as far as your comments on the saving and this kind of stuff. Well, I just have to see. Right now, I do have the pure signal is turned on, and right now, for some reason, well, I think maybe it's off because I was moving things around here, and I wound up hitting something that hardware config, and I picked a radio that was not my 7000, so I had to kind of restart things here, got that back on. At any rate, looking at my display right now, in the pure signal area, the lower right portion of the panoramic display, I do not see correcting or anything like that. So maybe now it's off. So let's see. Okay, it does say off right there. I'm going to click on the off. I don't know how to turn it on though. I have to just go ahead and hit off. Nothing changed there. Well, it's funny, yet if I go to amp view, it is actually changing in this kind of stuff. Let's see, I go to show, maybe phase zoom. No, maybe I'll go to phase zoom, and then with that I should be able to see. No, I'm not seeing any changes there, so it's like the thing is off right now. Oh well, my goodness, what else did I screw up now? WB6JFH, K0JTA, and this is the software-defined radio net. Go ahead there, David, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Go to Setup, go to the main configuration, and on the bottom right, you'll see where you turn your signal off and on. And just if it's unchecked, turn it back on. You should be back in business. Go ahead.
Okay, I went there, and my disable pure signal is not checked, so apparently my pure signal is enabled at this particular point then, right? Over.
Yeah, I believe that's right. Let me verify. I'll go back to hardware config. Mine is unchecked. If you check it, that will disable pure signal. So go ahead and check it. Pure signal should be working again. Go ahead.
Okay, well right now it's unchecked, but I'll go ahead and I'm just going to check it. I wanted to be able to turn it off. Right now I'm looking at my pure signal little control bar that comes up when I would select linearity in the menu. I have the option to turn it off only, so apparently by selecting linearity that turns it on. If I would select off there, nothing seems to change. I will go with the HP SDR setup it's under setup / general / hardware configuration. I'm going to click on the disable pure signal. Okay, I've done that. And it is now disabled. I don't know what kind of okay here. Alright, now it says your pure signal is disabled and set up in the pure signal little window that comes up. Now I'm going to look at the amp view and things like that. Nothing has changed there, but I suppose it's basically historical information there, right? Over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. You don't want to check the box that disables your signal. So uncheck it if you just checked it, and that should turn pure signal back on. Go ahead.
Yep, and that was my intent. I understand it, and I was gonna. Okay, meanwhile, okay, I don't know what else I can do here. It does say pure signal disabled and set up in the pure signal little window that comes up. The pure signal disable pure signal is checked. So in other words, I should have pure signal turned off because of that double verification. Now look at your signal, what you're seeing from me. I'm going to go ahead and unclick the pure signal, the disable pure signal, which in turn pure signal back on, and that may change your signal that you're letting my signal to you. So well, you know, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and check it now. I may drop off momentarily. This is K0JTA. Okay, I did drop off, but it's back on now. Okay, now the pure signal is on. And all I can do, in the little pure signal window, I do have an option there to turn it off. Looking, left to right, the way to the right is get the off button there. So if I would go ahead and click on that, nothing changes that I can see. And in all the last few transmissions here, I see no pure signal indication. In the just to the lower right of the panoramic display, I do see the pure signal statement in blue, pure signal 2 in blue. Beyond that, I would have the correcting and this kind of stuff. 2 other windows, I do not see those populated at this particular point. So in the attenuate, going back to the antenna/filters, the attenuation on transmit is checked. The attenuation is fixed at 9. So did you happen to see the difference when I was going back and forth from enabling and disabling pure signal? This is K0JTA, over.
Hey, Mike, turn your pure signal on.
K0JTA, WB6KF8. No, I didn't see any change on the fan adapter. And if the pure signal indicator, if it's blue or phased out, then it means pure signal is turned off. It has to be bright green in my case, because I haven't changed those colors in the status bar below the fan adapter. So their default values. It's still, if it's grayed out, then that means pure signal is still off. So you did uncheck the disable pure signal. So I don't know where else to go to look to see what affects pure signal. I haven't seen, don't remember seen anything else in the setups that talks about pure signal, other than that, it's the antenna filters. So I'm not sure what's happened. You might have to go and restart the software before you get to see if it's that. There's sometimes it also turns it back on. I've actually never turned it off, so I don't know what it does. But anyway, but you still look really good even with it off, so probably, at least for me, it's not making a big difference. And you're still running about S9 to about 10 over, so I should have enough signal to be able to see that. So I'm not sure what happened, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just an interesting puzzle. It's an interesting puzzle. And yeah, I've never turned that off either. I figured, well, there's really no point. And interesting point that you say that below the panoramic display, your pure signal 2 text is green. I guess I'm recalling that as a good possibility. In my case, it is blue. So, and someone has had a comment. This is K0JTA. This is the SDR net standing by. Please come ahead now. Over.
Kilo India 6, uniform, Mike.
KS6UM, good afternoon, Lou. Go right ahead, over.
Good afternoon, Mike. Hey, turn your pure signal on your console. That's why it's blue. If you want it to turn green, click on the PS-A right below Alex.
Okay, oh, okay, my goodness, yeah, that's how stupid of me. Yes, right there. Yeah, and David, just to let you know what we're talking about here, you got the upper left-hand corner of the Open HP SDR. The PSA has to be turned on. All right, I'll go ahead and turn it on. And now it is turned on. Now the pure signal text is in green. Before it was in blue. And my feedback is flashing between yellow and blue. And of course the correcting is flashing green because it's not happy. Eventually it will catch up. So real good, Lou. I'll let you go ahead, and thanks for that information. I'm just really curious to see if it made any difference as far as my actual signal? Did it get pure, in other words? K0JTA, this is K0JTA, and this is the SDR net, over.
K0JTA and software-defined radio net, K0JTA. Very good, Mike. Hey, I don't know if you subscribe to the A9 reflector. I was reading a few days ago where this fellow in England was having a problem with the overload on the ACD or something. And what happened is A9 7000 came with firmware 2.4. And once he went back to 2.3, which is what I'm using here, everything started working fine. So also, my understanding is 2.4 was designed for Tears, and I'm not sure if it's really the best one for the open PSVR. So you may want to try to go back to 2.3 on your firmware. Go ahead.
I do recall seeing that, and that's a good thought. And I forgot now what I have to do as far as that firmware. I know I have the application and things like that, because I know I had to run through this stuff when I first got this radio. It was a used radio, and I had to install firmware, I believe, because the radio could not be identified, and it was, you know, basically the DHCP somehow was turned off as a result of some other action or whatever. So to resolve that, I think I had to reinstall the firmware. So I probably had changed it from, well, I'm not sure what it was, but it's right now 2.4, and good point. And I don't remember what kind of a hassle that is to get that earlier version of the firmware in there. That may just simply resolve things. And by the way, looking at my pure signal, everything is green. The feedback is flashing green as I speak. The correcting is green, and it's steady. So it is happy. So something has shifted, as I think you or David was mentioning, that the gains of the amplifier devices, the power FETs, would change the gains as they warm up and things like that. By the way, this radio seems like it runs very, very cool. I think my Anon 100 and 200 would run noticeably warmer, especially as it would transmit more and more and more. But this one here is just a cool little cucumber. Of course, I'm only running about 30 watts. Got K0JTA and the SDR net. This is K0JTA, over.
Okay, very good. K0JTA and the Anon group, K0JTA. Very good. Well, it's not a big deal. You have to use that HPSS loader. Hang on. I'm having a little problem. Yeah, I'm okay. Anyway, give that a try. Verify your firmware version, and if you need a hand to put it back to 2.3, I can give you a hand on that. We can hook up on Skype or something. Because that's what I'm using here. I don't know if George is gone. I don't know what the version of the firmware is George using, because she's got the 8000. I'm using 2.3 on the 8000. I never had a problem with your signal. So it might be a glitch there. So it'll be something worthwhile, I think. All right, back to you, Mike. K0JTA and the Anon group, K0JTA.
Yep, sounds good. Hang on just a minute there, was there somebody else in there trying to check in? This is K0JTA, over. Anybody hear anything? Here's K0JTA standing by, over. Nothing heard. Okay. Yep, very interesting. Okay, HPSDR bootloader. Loader, yeah, okay. HPSDR loader, I think was the term used. And that application is on the computer here someplace. Just glancing around. Of course, there's too much other junk on the window here, so I can't really see very much. But, yeah. The other thing is that for some reason here I've lost some kind of ability, at least as far as I can see here. I've lost a lot of screen resolution, and that was changed when I guess there was like a streaming bit rate that had a figure of 500. I changed that. I mean, okay, it was at 500 as a default, and the screen display looked so nice. At least I thought so. Myself monitoring and this kind of stuff by looking at my YouTube presentation or whatever it is. So I figured, well, okay, can I make it better? So I went from the default to the previous setting. I think it was a default of 500. I changed it to 1500, and it got worse. All right, so I dropped that figure. I think once again what's called a bit rate. I dropped that figure down to 1000. No change, nothing better, nothing lost. Won't turn it back up to down to 500, the default or the original figure. Restarted the computer, restarted the application, this kind of stuff. Still looked relatively poor, so I don't know. There's just some other features and functions that may have been self-coupled to that particular parameter that was changing. But yeah, it just would be nice to have a decent-looking picture. Yeah, well, whatever. All right, KS6UM and the SDRnet. K0JTA, over.
I put a pause in there just in case somebody wanted to come in. K0JTA in the software-defined radio group, KI6UM. Very good. Now, is JFH, I cannot hear him, but if he's still on, ask him which version of firmware is he running on his, I think he's got an 8000, but the 2.3 should work on the 7000 as well. So you may want to check with JFH, see if he's running, which version of firmware he is running. Go ahead.
Okay, real good. I'm just going to play that back. Here it comes. Okay, so the question is to WB6JFH, what have you got running there as far as your firmware? You're, let's see, you're running an 8000 also, I believe. WB6JFH and the SDRnet. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, David. Over.
K0JTA in the group. WB6JFH. I'm running the 7000 like you are, and I have version 2.3. And I didn't know there was a version 2.4, but is Blue saying that with 2.4 the indicators are different than they are than what I have right now? Is that the question, Joe?
Yep, basically is. So yeah, as far as the colors and this kind of stuff, there might be some other changes too, but I mean, I think that's what you're saying. But okay, the interesting point, you are running a 7000, that's great. Just like me, and you're at version 2.3. All right. Well, I'm not sure what 2.4 is all about. You know, operationally, it's probably not going to offer me a darn thing. But if it does make things more stable, as Luke was mentioning there in the reflector, there was a guy who was having problems with his 7000 with his firmware at 2.4. He dropped back to 2.3, and his particular troubles had gone away. Now, I don't know what these troubles were, but rather interesting, David. Over.
Okay, maybe that's why I didn't know that there's a 2.4 out there. I thought the next level up would be the protocol 2 stuff, you know, for the new software. So, but if 2.4 has got a problem, I'm certainly not going to go there.
Yeah, or if it doesn't, you know, offering me advantages, and well, I've been running 2.4 here just blindly, stupidly, or whatever like that, because that's what I have. And again, I don't know if that's what I had installed or reinstalled or what, and I don't recall what it came with. It came with firmware, I know that, but it was the IP address identity that was giving me trouble, so I wasn't able to talk directly to the radio and things like that. So, but after I did what I did, reinstall the firmware, reset it, whatever in the heck it was, then the the self-assigning IP identity number, can't think of what it's called now, DHCP, yeah, that was turned on in the radio, so as a result then, it was able to select a particular IP number or address. So let's see, gonna look here, just see what the heck that is. Yeah, it's showing, in my case, 172.27.35.85 for this particular radio then. Yeah, so it's rather interesting. Alrighty, well good. Very interesting, and it's just, yeah, I think that's gonna be, I tell you, there's just so many little goofy things like that need to be addressed, should be addressed with amateur radio, and that couples up to my normal life, which is, I tell people I'm far from bored because there are so many darn little shiny things and needs and demands, and not demands, but you know what I mean, things that should be done. As a result, it's really hard sometimes to really concentrate properly enough, you might say, on a particular problem. So that's the way it goes. All right, WB6JFH, I'll pass it back to you, and then I'll keep things going here then on the net. But thanks for your comments, David, and nice for get the confirmation that you are running 2.3. So that's and yet another very positive confidence factor for 2.3 as opposed to my 2.4 and the other guy's 2.4 version. WB6JFH in the SDRnet. This is K0JTA. Over.
K0JTA in the net. Yeah, very good. I believe you can go back online and download the previous version 2.3 and use the bootloader to load it in. You won't have to move any switches because of the RAN board. You just load it in. You might have to, change the name of the file. You add pieces to it if the bootloader won't accept it. And I think that's what I did when I went through. When I got the radio, it had 2.1 in it. And then I saw there was 2.3 out, so that's when I updated 2.3. And they recommend using bootloader for this versus programmer. Because programmer has issues like, when I had the problem updating the software, the firmware into the 10, the non-10 and stuff. And you and Lou tried to help me out. It turned out I was just using the wrong program. When Doug chimed in and said, you should use bootloader for this to recover. If you can't find 2.3, I still have it in my download file. I could, send you an email and attach that to it so you can have it. So just let me know if you find it or not. If you want to go back or if you want to stay with 2.4. And thanks, Lou, for that insight. Sometimes we overthink things, and I was overthinking it. We're staring at the main screen, and finally it dawned on me, your signal was turned off. So, you know how that goes. You just sometimes just overthink everything. Back to you, K0JTA, WB6JFH. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear this big button was staring us right in the face, and we both missed it. Oh well. I do see the HBSTR bootloader program, so I actually have apparently I've downloaded it twice. Looking at my list of downloads here, but I'm not seeing the firmware here. It's maybe someplace else, but at any rate, so it's kind of interesting. It's going to be easy enough to find, and maybe if I open up the bootloader program itself, it will look in the proper area where this document may be stored. And for example, if I'm looking at my documents file here, maybe it's in there. No, I don't see it there, so I don't know. At any rate. But yeah, it's showing great promise here, there's no doubt. So, yep, all good. All right, this is K0JTA. Let's see, I'll say that anybody else would like to check into the software-defined radio net. This would be a good time. My name is Mike. My call once again is K0JTA. If you'd like to be able to see what I see and hear what I hear to some degree, look me up in QRZ.com. The topmost link on that page will be a link that will take you to YouTube. From there, just look for the one that says Live Now or something like that, and you'll be able to see it and hear it and things like that. Once again, my call is K0JTA. Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. Looking for any further possible check-ins? Come in now. K0JTA. Over. Pretty quiet. Okay, anybody else got anything for the net then? This has been really just quite interesting as far as the little difficulties and foibles with pure signal, and yeah, I do believe that's going to be something that I should do when I think I'm going to do that yet this afternoon. Doggone it. Rather than just put it off. If I put it off, it'll be back in the pile with the rest of the junk that I have to do or want to do, and that's not good. So, anybody else have anything, any comments or things, for the net, relays, whatever, check-ins? This is K0JTA, and this is the SDR net. Standing by. Over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. I something to the side, goes to the bottom of the list. Sometimes you never even get to do. I guess that's something that we all end up doing occasionally. So I understand that. And yeah, it was interesting conversation about pure signal and stuff and firmware riff, all that kind of stuff. You know, every time a new firmware comes out, I hesitate thinking, is this going to make my life easier or is it going to make my life harder? I have downloaded the Protocol 2 stuff, you know, over Christmas and download the new software. And it's sitting there and I put a folder up on the main screen and put them in there so I didn't have to go sort through them. And I'm still debating whether I want to do that yet or wait until we hear other comments about what's not working or what's hard to do, or, you know, because it's all beta stuff, and you know, with beta, there's bugs or functions that are not working. Like somebody said, the recorder doesn't work with the new software. So you kind of wonder, okay, if that's not working, what else is having problems? So, and right now, the 2.3 and the Power SDR 3.4.9 is really stable. Haven't had any problems with it, so you kind of weigh the options of having some difficulties for something that's working fine. So anyway, that's all I have. Oh yeah, the temperature here is about 32. It's mostly cloudy. It's supposed to get up to 40 today, and this is unusual for us in January. Most of next week we're supposed to be above 40. And in January we're usually in the teens and 20s. So we're having a very weird winter right at the moment. So anyway, we'll say 7:30 spike, and we'll catch up with you next week. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, real good on everything. And let's see, looking here, it's still 34.3 degrees at this particular moment, but I think next week we are also supposed to be getting into or very close to the 40s. So, yeah, that's quite interesting. And yeah, it's abnormal for us too. I think you and I have quite similar weather expectations or patterns, so real good. All right, 7-3 then. All right, anybody else have anything for the net? Here is K0JTA, over. KI6UM, this is K0JTA, you're still copying me, over. Guess not, I guess it's just pretty much you and I then, David. But yeah, I'm looking up this bootloader here. I'm just trying to look at my Windows here, and my Windows.
Ready whenever.
Okay, got the child call here too. Looking through here for the bootloader application. I looked it up when I found it here. I can, if I double click on it, I can run the bootloader installation. But the bootloader program must be here someplace. I don't know what it's even called here, but I think I'll just go ahead and reinstall it, but I'm not finding it here in particular. Maybe I just go ahead and type in bootloader, just B-O-T, just type in boot, and okay, disk management. Yeah, I just brought up the boot. That's incorrect. I guess bootloader is what I should be doing. Well, anyway, it's brought up something else which is incorrect. And hit the enter key. Oh, yeah, all kinds of stuff here. Bootloader 5.0.2. I got a bootloader 3.4.2. Yeah, so it's definitely here in various places. So, yeah, all right. I guess I'll have to look into this stuff then. At any rate, if I bring up the bootloader, it might already have the opportunity to seek or load version 2.3. At any rate, WB6JFH and the SDRnet, K0JTA. Go ahead there, David, and I guess you can consider wrapping things up here unless you have any more words of wisdom, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Nope, I think they want something 3 and above will load the Protocol 2 stuff. And with that. And like I said, you just run the program. So there is a switch on the bottom, but it doesn't affect the program. Like I said, part of the feature of the Ryan board is you just do it. You don't have to change configuration. Remember, in your 100, you had to open it up and move jumpers so it would unprotect the firmware so you could download the new stuff. And then they added the switch on the bottom, you know, the surface mount switch. You had to switch that, and then you could download the upgrade and switch it back in the protect position. And, but the Orion boards, I guess, you don't have to move anything. So I'm not even sure why the switch is there. So it's got to be there for something. But I just left it in the position, default position, and found the firmware says, you know, upgrade or whatever it is, you know, and it goes to Kentucky Century, and in my case it took about 2 minutes, I guess it was, to do the upgrade, and then come back and say, upgrade completed, and then if you hit the browse button, it will come back and tell you what firmware is now on the radio, and you should see the heartbeat light, you know, the one on the bottom right is blinking. That should be running, and that will tell you that your upgrade was successful. So it's pretty simple right now. Not like the Anna 10 that I started with, but, you know, we have to push this, do that, move jumpers, move switches, and, you know, so a lot of improvement between the boards, the old Hermes board and the Ryan board. So anyway, you shouldn't have any problems. Like I said, if you can't find the firmware group if you can't find the firmware, let me know, and I still have the 2.3 here. I can just send you the file and go that way if you can't find the older stuff on the internet. So that's all we have, Mike. And yeah, like you said, I'm about 80 miles, maybe close to 90 miles from the Canadian border. So you and I are in the northern part of the country, and we get snow, but right now we're way behind even in our snow, especially because the temperatures are so warm. We're getting more rain and snow. But it is piling up on the hills, so hopefully it piles up enough that we'll have water for the summer and maybe not have an active fire season. So we'll say 70 degrees again, and so talk to you next week and see if we got the updated or the firmware changed back to 2.3. K0JTA, WB6JFA. Have a good afternoon, Mike.
Okay, real good. Yeah, excellent. And yeah, I think we're actually quite a bit further south than you are as far as the distance to the Canadian border. There's a nice straight line that kind of, you know, easily defines that, so it's easy enough to find. But in my case here, to get to the northern border, it's about a 4-hour drive at least, I'm sure. Well, at any rate, by the way, I was looking here, I get all kinds of things. I was mentioning that the results are showing me a lot of bootloader stuff. Turns out most of it here has to do with the MCHF bootloader, which has to do with the RS918 little software-defined radio. So, but I do have the HPSDR bootloader application here, which is an installation program, so I could go ahead and install that. And if I don't find the actual file, I guess I can look for it here. You know, by doing this, it's a simple search. But yeah, that's, if I don't find it, yeah, it's good. And if you got that available, I'll drop you an email, let you know that I would like to have that coming in. I'm sure the file is not terribly big. With that, I guess I'll say 7.3 rather. David, thank you very much for taking the time to check in. It's been a lot of fun, and always learning here on this end, at least on my end, that's for darn sure. Relearn here this bit about looking at the control panel once in a while, and this thing that says PSA, pure signal, yeah, you got to click that on to have pure signal running. Interesting. By the way, just fact, I'm going to turn it. I'm going to have you watch my signal. I'm going to just go ahead and turn it off and back on and see if it'll make any difference on your end. This is K0JTA 1234, and the PSA is lit. got it turned off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go back to receive and transmit. Okay, did that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. PSA is turned off, and I'll go ahead and click it back on. Okay, now it's turned back on. It is active, and I see that this is flashing and this kind of stuff. Do you see any difference, or David? Over.
Hey, Mike. Some information.
What I saw was that the top of the fan adapter, it changed the shape a little bit. It looked like you lost some eyes. And then when you turned it back on, it flattened out again. You know, I'm looking at my output, and I've done that before and remember seeing the shape change just a little bit. I don't see any AMD products, so your signal outside of the filter, or my bandpass filter, looks just as clean like you've always been. So, if like Lou was saying, there's something with the firmware, then probably your signal is working, but the firmware just isn't reporting that it's working. So, I don't know, you know, firmware and software do crazy things. That might be what you're seeing. George, since he bought a new one, it probably has 2.4 in it. So he's seeing the same issues that you are. So it makes sense now why my performance is different than yours and George's performance is. So, alright, yeah. Just let me know and I can send you the file, and if you can't find it. If you have the manual downloaded on your computer for the 7000, when it talks about firmware, it gives you a link that you can click to and get to right spot without having to type anything out. So, unfortunately, the bank manual is on my tablet, so I can't transfer from the tablet to the PC. At least I don't have a way of doing that. So, yeah, just let me know and I can go ahead and get the firmware to you. That's about it. So, again, we'll say 70 degrees and have a good afternoon, Mike. K0JTA, WB6JFA.
Yep, sounds good and all. Sounds good and all. So, and thank you for that information, and once again, thank you for the offer as far as getting that the firmware file to me. Meanwhile, K6UM had a comment. Please go ahead there, Lou. Sorry about the delay. Over.
All right, K0JTA and software is fine. Great to go. K6UM. Mike, I sent you 2 emails, and one of them has got a link for the firmware. It is the firmware you want is the Orion Mark II version 2.3 Romeo Bravo Foxtrot. That's the one I'm using. So if you click on that link I sent you, you can download that firmware. Did you copy? Over.
Yep, I copied fine. I'm looking at your email here. Sent at 1:19 p.m. But it says here basically check your firmware level. Then there's a quote here from Adam G0 something. But I see no link. Over.
Yeah, go to the next email. I sent you 2 of them.
I thought that you just said I'm gonna go and check email again. There's nothing there. So well, I guess it's lost in the cloud someplace. It'll get here eventually. I'm clicking get messages and it's just simply not coming in. So, but eventually it will. I did get the one that you sent me here, and it's got the timestamp of 1:19 p.m. for me. Over.
The first one I sent you is the one from the British guy, the G0. The second one is the link for the firmware 2.3. Okay, do a Google on Orion Mark II version 2.3 RFB, and you'll get you'll find that link. Go ahead.
Okay, ORION. Okay, Ryan, what now? Over.
Orion _ Mark MK2. Not the number 2, but just 2, like 2 eyes, okay? And we want version 2.3 dot Romeo Bravo Foxtrot.
Okay, I missed some of that, but I'll just go ahead and enter what I got here and see what it's all about. Okay, protocol. Okay, I got version 2.3 point. What was the suffix over?
Okay, it's called the Orion MK 2 eyes. You know, it's like a Roman number 2. Okay, Roman number 2. Victor 2.3 Romeo Bravo Foxtrot.
Okay, Orion underscore MKII underscore V2.3. Or should I not have the underscore between Mark 2 and 2.3 over?
Yes, try that.
Okay. Okay, and it says, do you mean Orion Mark 2 version 2.3? Okay, releases, I guess that's under the GitHub. So, okay, I see links here for from Annan, and I said marked as being Annan. It's still under the GitHub, yeah. So I guess I'm probably right there. There's another one under OpenHPSDR, over.
Yeah, you want the one that says GitHub. Golf, India Tango, Hotel, Uniform, Bravo. If you see that GitHub, that's what you want.
Yeah, and I don't see one. I see several GitHubs. This one here talks about version 2.1, and the one that says that it's talking about 2.2. I'm not seeing the 2.3 appearing, and I only have a total of 7 results here. So, but I'll just go to the topmost one here. Oh, there it does mention 2.3 under that. Anyway, the topmost is under releases, taper / OpenHPSDR-firmware GitHub. Okay, that's probably the one I want then. Okay, I'm going to go there. Here's K0JTA. And there it is right at the top. Orion, yep, okay, Orion Mark II version 2.3 and this kind of stuff. So, yep, I got her, 1.7 meg. Good, thank you very much, over.
Okay, very good. There's somebody nearby that's really creating a problem for us. So, give that a try. If you have any problems, give me a shout or drop me an email, and we can compare notes and bang our heads together to update that. But it should work for you. So I'll say 73 for now. Have a good afternoon there, and we'll be in touch. K0JTA, this is KI6UM, 73, Mike.
Okay, real good. And interesting, look at this list here from the GitHub. The first one is the Orion Mark II version 2.3. And that's got a date of March 24th, 2018. The next one is Hermes. Okay, that's Hermes. Okay, 3.3. Yep, big difference. All right. Yep. Orion versus Hermes. I was looking at the version 3.3, but okay, ignore that. That also had a date of 2017. Very, very good. I do have it here, and it's very much under control. Great. I tell you what, this is showing great promise. And it's nice not to have to be able to flip the radio over, pull it out and flip the radio over and get that switch if the application will go ahead and just load it. Boy, that's pretty darn nice. Great. So thank you. I do appreciate it. KS6UM, K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mike, very good. I got too much 2RM here. I could not copy most of it. Somebody was jamming it perfectly. So I would say 73 for now. And if you have any more problems or anything, I'm going to send you an email with my phone number. Give me a call if you're going to experiment with that later on. So, 73 for now, Mike. Have a good afternoon there. K0JTA, this is KI6UM, QRT.
Okay, real good. Yeah, I went back to my email here. Matter of fact, I shut the email program down, brought it back up. I still only have the one link here, and but that's fine. I don't need it. You talked me through it, and I got it, and things like that. I'm looking at this on another computer, but I'll just go ahead and forward this particular page to myself as an email, and once I get that, I'll be able to jump right into it. I could, I suppose, download this and put this into my Dropbox folder, but no real need for that. Real good. All right, here's K0JTA. I'll make this the last call for the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA, standing by. Over. Say something 2IW. Go ahead, K0JTA, over.
Yeah, it's Whiskey 2, W2IW, over.
Okay, Whiskey 2IW. You're very weak, but I do have you, over.
Yeah, okay, well, I've run the track to get a signal report, but my name is Mike. Mike is my name, and I'm waiting for you to do it.
Okay, real good. Yeah, it's very weak, but okay on the mic. W2 India Whiskey. My name is Mike also. I'm going to play back a short recording, so if you listen closely, you'll be able to hear your signal, but it's really quite weak to me. Here it comes. Okay, as you can tell, it's quite weak to me, but did you copy that at all? W2IW, K0JTA, over.
Yeah, well, thanks very much for the playback. I appreciate that, and we'll look for you when we get better conditions. 73. This is W2IW in Hudson, Florida. Bye-bye.
In Florida, okay. What is your radio? What's your power, over? I guess you're not hearing me at all. Okay, real good. 7-3 then, this is K0JTA. Once again, this will be the last call for the software-defined radio net. Come ahead now, over. Nothing heard. Thanks to all the folks that did take the time to check in and this kind of stuff. It's been, once again, and always ongoingly. I'm the one that learns so much about this thing, and I really, really appreciate the helping that I'm getting. So that's great. I think we're all learning, but I mean, I feel that I'm the major recipient, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Really grateful, matter of fact. So thanks very much, K0JTA, securing this session of the SDR net. 7-3 to all. Bye-bye.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yellow.
Hello there, K0JTA, over.